Welcome back. Um, I've decided on a regular album. Um, this one, very good album. I think it was rated the best album of the 80s, I want to say. Um, not 100% sure. I will fact check myself on that eventually. But I think last year or 2 years ago, they rated it overall the best album that made the 80s. So, with that, let's get right into it. It is the first album from this band, and arguably their best album. And what we have here is Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. A really great album. And especially like this too. This was a gift from my brother, um, with all like the shiny and shit on the front and the back of it. Really cool. And I didn't even want this album. I didn't even think I wanted it until I opened up. I think it was Christmas one year. My brother had gotten it for me, and I opened it up and I was like, "Fuck, that's sick as shit." And this was one that actually I didn't even want to take out of the wrapping, um, but I just wanted to see what was inside, really, because it just looked so cool. And I think this has alternate album art on the front. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, let us do it. This is really hard to take out of here. Never mind, it's not. It's hard to put back in. But yeah, this is just the sleeve that it comes in. It's one of those flimsy ones, but it just looks really cool. The bad thing is your fingerprints get all over it because it's black. But this is the coolest part. I can't remember which way this goes. Oh, that's right, it goes that way. Leave this. If I hold it the right way, here we go. Really fucking sick. Goddamn. So cool. And on the inside, we have a picture of all of them, which absolutely amazing. Uh, I've been a fan of Guns N' Roses for as long as I can remember. You know, I remember those days driving with my dad in his truck, listening to "Sweet Child of Mine" or anything else that came on. So getting into the album, our songs are "Welcome to the Jungle," "It's So Easy," "Night Train," "Out to Get Me," "Mr. Brownstone," "Paradise City," "My Michelle," "Think About You," "Sweet Child of Mine," "You're Crazy," "Anything Goes," and "Rocket Queen." And if you know anything about Guns N' Roses, that's pretty much all of their hits. And they all come off of their first album, which is why everyone says it is probably the album that made the 80s, or it was one of the greatest albums from the 80s, because it really just made it. It made it for Guns N' Roses, all their hits. Um, my personal favorite song off this album, I've got two that it's really hard to pick from. Either "My Michelle" or "Rocket Queen." "My Michelle," it's a hard hitting song, but it's got a solid bass line to it, as well as "Rocket Queen" does as well. I think that's why I like the song so much. Duff McKagan does an amazing job with his bass work. I've always loved his bass work, even in Velvet Revolver as well. He just does an amazing job. Slash, obviously, young in his prime, going hard with those riffs and solos and shit. And everybody else, amazing job. I know a lot of people don't really like Axl because of his voice. I don't mind it. His first album, so let us. I can't remember what's in here. It's been a long time since I've opened this. So this is kind of a experience for me as well. Here it is. These are the lyrics for this side, I think. Yes. They do it by sides, which is really cool. So another picture of all of them. And then the lyrics, and I think the thank yous as well. Yes, it says Guns N' Roses is Axl Rose, all lead vocals, Slash, lead rhythm and acoustic guitar, Izzy Stradlin, rhythm, lead guitar, Duff McKagan, bass guitar, and then Steven Adler, drums. Yeah, the thank yous, all of them. With your bitch slap rapping and your cocaine tongue, you get nothing done. That is where... It says it right there. You can't really... Yeah, it says it right there in the yellow. Right. Now, if I can get this out of here, I hope I can. It gets stuck really easily. Because I remember I couldn't get it out last time. But... I can. Fuck, I don't think I can. I'll try and get the other one out. But with that, I guess I'll just move out of the other side, which is... Oh, don't tell me I ripped it. Fuck. Ah. Okay, there we go. One thing I hate about these bigger ones, the double ones, everything gets stuck so easily. Nothing ripped? Ooh. That's a bonus. Here's the other side. Another picture of all of them. Pretty sick. I think the 80s had a lot of good pictures of bands. Because, it was a turn of, metal and hard rock. So you get a lot of the really cool pictures of all of them in their younger days. And then here are the lyrics for all that. What's really cool about this is it's not A side, B side, and C side, and then D side as well. It's side G, side N, side F, and then side R for G and F and R. Guns N' fucking Roses. It's really cool. And then we have the album. Standard Black. Said I was going Standard Black. There were two I was deciding between, and it was this one and then a Metallica record, which I might do the Metallica one next. It's either... It's between Metallica and then another colored one, which I might do the colored one, because it's one of my favorites. I've got a few. Saying it's one of my favorites is saying it's really not narrowing it down, because I have a shit ton of records, but... I think I might have a clue what it is, what I want to do, but whatever. Yeah, that is Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. Standard black vinyl, so nothing much to it, really, except for that it's a fucking good album, and I highly recommend it. It's got all the hits. I personally skip Paradise City and Sweet Child of Mine because I hear it way too fucking often. And I know a lot of people do. So, yeah, that is, that's it for this episode. Next episode will more than likely be, I was going to say right now, there's a hint. Sound of Perseverance by Death is going to be the next episode. I have a cool variant of that one. It is one of my personal favorite albums of probably thrash metal. So, yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully these are going well. I like doing these. It gets me to clean stuff out, which is nice. But I also just love music. I recently actually talked about Appetite for Destruction on the podcast, on the Music Corner of 808s, which there should be a link somewhere on my channel for the Music Corner on Spotify. And I will shout that out really quick. Actually, I have an announcement to make on the Music Corner with the next episode that we do, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, go check out the Music Corner, Riffs 808. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere that you find podcast. It should be on there. It's with my good buddy Sebastian and Nate. We all love music, so we decided to make a podcast of it, and somehow we're still rolling with it. But with that, thank you all for watching, and hopefully the Sound of Perseverance by Death will be a fun one to do. I'm going to try and find ones that I have that are not metal. I have a few, and now one of those might come after Death, and I'll see if I can kind of slide along with those. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.